Okay, so you want to get the core knowledge fast, right? Without getting totally lost in the weeds.
Yeah, that's the goal.
That's what we're all about. So today, we're jumping into a document called Simple Option Traders Alert, plus training to help you to get the biggest profit.pdf.
Bit of a mouthful.
It is. But our job here is really to, you know, cut through the hype a bit and
Mm,
just understand the basic offering, what they're actually presenting in this document for, well, potentially making money with options.
exactly. And the main idea, it seems, from optionspop.com, according to this PDF anyway, is pretty simple. Options by alerts.
Simple buy alerts.
Right. Okay, let's unpack this a bit. Forget, super complicated charts or analysis for a second.
Uh-huh.
This sounds like it's about getting a notification, an alert, when they think an option is about to, well, jump up in price.
And it's specific about when they expect that jump. The document actually mentions a time frame, potentially within the next 2 to 9 days, or even less.
Wow, 2 to 9 days. Yeah, that's what's kind of fascinating here, that ultra short focus. It really suggests they're aiming to capitalize on very, very immediate market movements.
All right.
And maybe for listeners newer to options, remember, these are contracts giving you the right, not the obligation, but the right to buy or sell something else, like a stock.
At a set price by a certain date.
Exactly. And their value can shift really fast, which ties into that short time frame, I guess.
It really does.
Yeah.
That is a very tight window.
Yeah.
It makes you wonder, are these alerts tied to specific news maybe, earnings reports, or is it more about just spotting quick momentum shifts?
Good question. The document doesn't necessarily spell that out in detail, but the implication is speed.
So you get the alert. The theory is you buy the option, hope the price goes up in that, 2 to 9 day window,
Hmm.
and you sell for a profit. Seems pretty straightforward on the surface.
It does. But the document also highlights this trader training component. It says it's aimed at boosting your results.
Ah, okay. So it's not just, here's an alert, good luck.
Apparently not. This dual approach is quite interesting, actually. They're not just like handing out fish, so to speak.
Right.
There's this educational layer involved, presumably to help users understand why they're getting these alerts.
And maybe how to manage the trade or even spot similar things themselves eventually.
Could be. It definitely raises an important question, doesn't it? How much does the real value of these alerts depend on that training?
Hmm. Good point. Like, are the alerts good enough on their own, or do you need the training to make them work reliably?
Exactly. Or perhaps the training helps you filter which alerts suit you best.
That's a key thing to consider. It implies they're trying to empower the user somewhat, maybe teach them how to fish, or at least how to use their fishing tips better.
Makes sense.
Okay, so let's quickly recap then. Optionspop.com, based purely on this document we looked at, is offering alerts for buying options.
Specifically buying them.
Right, buying them with the prediction they'll go up in price pretty quickly within that 2 to 9 day range.
Uh-huh. And they're pairing that service with trader training, supposedly to help users, potentially maximize any gains.
Okay, so if we think about this in the bigger picture of finance,
Yeah.
well, the attraction seems obvious, doesn't it? The idea of quick returns, especially in the options market, which can move fast, that's a big draw for a lot of people,
Absolutely. Services like this one seem designed to simplify finding those potential quick wins. They try to cut down the research time for you.
for sure. The promise of uh, potentially high probability moves in such a short time frame, that's definitely going to grab attention.
It taps right into that desire for faster results, in a market that can sometimes feel like it's crawling.
Totally. So as we wrap up this quick look, this deep dive into this specific document, the core idea is optionspop.com, as presented here,